Hi everyone! So today I have a cooking video for you. And ever since I've been down here in Florida, being treated for my Lyme disease, I've been on a paleo diet. And if you're familiar with that diet, you know that it's a really good healing diet, and it's also good if someone wants to lose weight. And the hardest part for me was eliminating the dairy and the bread, because those are two of my favorite things. Every now and then I will have a sandwich, with a good quality bread or some cheese, but for the most part I've been sticking to it. They kind of recommended that with the treatments I'm taking. They just said everything works better if I'd be on that diet, so that's why I want to stick with it. And I thought I'd share some of the recipes with you. Someone told me about this cookbook from Amazon that I've been using. Now I tweak some of the ingredients now and then, but I want to share some of those dishes with you, and I'll have the link for that recipe book down below in the description box. It's not an expensive book from Amazon, but it's so simple. I think every recipe only has 5 ingredients. And again, you can add your own or tweak things, or that's how I do it. So the first thing I'm making here is a smoky sweet potato and ground beef bake. And already I'm tweaking the recipe. The actual recipe calls for sausage, but in this case we're going to use hamburger because it's what we have on hand. John is peeling and cubing the sweet potatoes, and we just add the potatoes to the hamburger and add the seasonings. Just make sure everything's cooked through and the potatoes are relatively soft, and it's basically ready to go. And as that's cooking, we're going to be making some Brussels sprouts, and these have been one of our favorites. It's the most simple thing ever. Basically just cut up the Brussels sprouts into in halves. Unless you get those tiny ones, you don't even have to cut them up. You saute them until they're kind of soft, and then add some seasonings. And lastly, you add some maple syrup. They're so delicious. Something else I make quite often are smoothies, and I know we all have our different smoothie recipes, but this one is paleo friendly. I just add various fruits, especially berries. Berries are the best for you, they have the least amount of natural sugar. And here I'm adding some apples, avocado. This next one here is a favorite dessert of mine. I love chocolate, so this is kind of my chocolate fix, I guess you could say. It involves, you know, again, 5 ingredients: avocado, cocoa powder, honey, vanilla, and salt. And it's so simple and yet delicious. I think it just tastes like a chocolate pudding. Here is another skillet recipe that we really liked. It asked for broccoli, and we didn't have any on hand, so once again using sweet potatoes here. We really like sweet potatoes, but I'm sure broccoli would be really good with this too. So I've really been craving this. Let's go ahead and cut it. As you can see, it did dip slightly in the middle, but I'm sure the edges at least will be okay. It looks pretty good, I'd say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and are maybe inspired to try some simple meal ideas like this. And again, I'll have that link down below in the description box of the cookbook that I have, but I'm sure there's many others out there as well. And I'm sure you can probably tell where I am, guys. I'm so happy. I'm actually at home. Now, I do have one more week to go, but my son is getting married. Kenny is getting married on Friday, so we're home this week. And it is so good to be home. Gotta say, I just can't get enough of it. And I'm so glad I only have one more week to go. And I definitely want to finish the program. Like, I put all this time and money, you know, into it. So I do want to finish it, but it would be really tempting to just stay at home. And since I'm here, I have been dealing with some weakness and fatigue that I didn't really have in Florida. I'm not sure what's going on. They did add some additional treatments to my program last week, so I'm not sure, is it just side effects from that, or is it all the traveling? You know, we spent a couple days, you know, driving up here. I know that can really take a toll on someone, so it might be that, but I want to remain positive. Today is actually better than yesterday, so maybe it'll just, you know, take some time, but it sure is good to be home. As always, I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.